Welcome to my kitchen. Let's invite some people in. Yeah. Bring some friends to the party. Get this party started. Yeah, lots of people on today. Bear with me, I'm just inviting a few people to the party in my kitchen, and then we'll get started. Yeah. Just a few of my favorite people, and then we will get this going. So thank you for your patience. Oh yeah. All right, I think 2, 3 more, and then I'll get started here. Why not? All right. Well, hello. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up and for your patience. Welcome to Colorful Cooking with Ariel. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit amped tonight, and that's on purpose because it's been a season and a half, I think, for all of us, and especially with Election Day tomorrow. It's a scary time, and so it's really important to be intentional about your thoughts and keeping yourself in a place of happiness. And so I've worked out pretty much most of today, and then I'm cooking, so that's why I'm amped up. So I'm excited here because one of my favorite things to do ever, hey Dana, is making breakfast for dinner. So I can't promise you that I grabbed all the ingredients. I just decided you're gonna see as much of the process as I can. I'm making breakfast for dinner, Sonita. Breakfast. And it's vegan, but it tastes just like it's not. So how do I know that? Because I've eaten meat in my lifetime, and so I just know good food, actually great food is great food, no matter what. So I have a few things you may have seen before in my kitchen. Let me grab the key ingredient here. This is requested in my kitchen tonight. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a remix on some ingredients I've used before. This is just egg, and it is the vegan version of scrambled eggs. And it is so good. Honestly, I've had eggs before, and the texture and the flavor on this is so much better. So if you haven't tried it, get it. Just egg. All right, so I'm gonna heat up my pan, and then I'm gonna make, you're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna make some oat bran, but I'm gonna make it like grits. Hey Claudine, how are you, beautiful? I still can't wait to meet you in person. She's like my spirit twin here. And Claudine, if you haven't, ouch, there goes my nail. If you haven't checked her out, Claudine Cooper is an amazing trainer. And she does workout videos every day. She happens to be vegan, hey girl, as well. So check her out, Claudine Cooper, and she will get you fit, let me tell you. And she had the opportunity to work out with Oprah. Oprah surprised her, y'all. So check her out, Claudine Cooper. Little shout out to you. I just want to thank those people who have been so positive at this time because it's so needed in this season. Alexa, next. I don't know why it's stuck on this song. I like the song, but I want some more music. There we go. All right. So shout out to those who have been positive in the season and who've taken the time to sow into others, because it's so important to do that on a daily basis. If you're not doing that, do it, because you're not living your best life if you're not. And then you're not living your purpose if you're not taking the time to sow into other people. I forgot my knife. See, I promised you. I don't have everything I need, but it's okay. So just grabbing a knife from the dishwasher, and I'm gonna get this party started. So I've got just a small pot that I have getting ready to boil, and I'm gonna get the grits started first. I want to show you how easy this is to make, but also, oh, thank you, Claudine. That means the world to me. Music and cooking, yes, 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 yes. And I'm really working hard to share my original music with people. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. But also please share this with people, because my mission is to travel globally and share my music and my cooking and my arts. So you can help me get there for free just by sharing. All right, so oat bran is really important because it's cancer preventative. And here's why. It actually acts as a vacuum. It is fiber rich, it's vitamin rich, and it cleanses your gut, right? It gets all the bad stuff out. So this is something that if you have a great doctor, they will recommend because it's high in fiber and it will just cleanse your body of all the stuff. And then I'm gonna show you how to make it taste incredible. You're not even gonna think oat bran when I'm done with this recipe, I promise you. Okay. This is actually one of the most popular recipes in my household, and it's oat bran. Who would have thought, right? All right, so this pot, I've got it about a third filled with water, and you can always read the directions depending upon how much you're making. You want to, of course, fill your pot more so, but it's kind of like making rice. So when you have your water in the pot, you're gonna do, I would say, 3 parts water to 2 parts oat bran, okay? You want it nice and thick for this recipe. So that's almost boiling, and so I'm gonna go ahead and add this because it cooks pretty quickly. But I want to get it started first, because out of the 2 dishes that I'm making, it takes longest. So I'm just gonna put this in a pot, and I'm gonna whisk it a little bit so that it mixes evenly. Oh, I love the love, thank you. Now, if you're someone that prays, I want to encourage you to be praying tonight, because I don't care whether you are Democrat or Republican. If you care about people, you need to get out and vote ethically, okay? So, because a lot of people are fighting for their lives right now, myself included. This is a really, really scary time. Okay? I just bought my house before everything shut down, so you can imagine. Positive me, it gets scary, right? I had a job when I bought this house, and then right after I bought the house, the job went away. So I'm really leaning into my gifts to make money to support my family. And so that's another reason why it's important to share. I'm gonna be really open tonight. And so I appreciate your love and support, because if you don't watch and if you don't share, then I have nothing. So, and that's literal. So, you see how quickly this is boiling? So it's kind of like the consistency of, I'm gonna bring this down so you can see. It's kind of like the consistency of pancake batter. And I'm gonna stir it just so you can see it. So it thickens up super, super quickly. Okay. So that's gonna be really filling. I'm just making a tiny pot just because it doesn't take eating much of it. I'm gonna turn it down and let it simmer just a little bit. Always see my nice blue easy chair. That's the comfiest chair ever. We're gonna give it away before we got this house, and then it was like, no. So comfy. All right, so I'm gonna just turn this down to barely cooking, and I wanna get my flavors into the oat bran grits. I don't know what to call it. I want it to sound sexier because it tastes really amazing, but the ingredients are not as sexy as the dishes. So it is what it is. So I have here diet cheese, okay? This is my favorite flavor, jalapeno Havarti. It's not spicy, but it has a perfect blend of flavors. It's got like that umami flavor, which is the perfect balance to me of salt and a little bit tangy and nice and bold. Kind of like how mushrooms have that nice bold umami flavor, or sushi if you're into sushi. There's just a satisfaction that we get. It's like all of the flavors combined to make perfection is the best way to describe umami. So I'm gonna cut this cheese up. I may use the whole thing because why not, right? But I want to get this into the pot very shortly. And then I made this super thick. So just depending upon the consistency that you'd like, you can add a little bit of oat milk or almond milk just to thin it out. I'm just gonna put a little bit in because I want it nice and creamy. Oh, music and cooking together. Oh, I love the love. All right. Z, deliciosa. How are you, beautiful? I am cooking. All right, so I've got the oat milk in the pot with the oat bran, and I'm gonna put this cheese in, make it a little more smooth. So I'm just gonna break the cheese up into pieces. I'm in the mood to stick the whole thing in there, so I did. And then I'm going to very gently whisk that in because I've got this pot pretty well filled. And then I want to throw some garlic powder in here. Did I take my garlic powder out? No, I didn't, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab it. Garlic powder, where are you? Aha, found it. All right, so you know my rule. I'm just gonna cover the top of this with garlic powder. And again, I want to just make this really, really pop in flavors. I'm gonna take a whisk and stir it this time. Not a whisk. What am I? A spatula, right? A scraper. All right. So I'm just going to blend in the cheese, and I'll bring you down to this food level in a moment, just so you can see the consistency. I'm gonna let that cheese melt. And it melts just like real cheese. So I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna throw in some everything but the bagel seasoning. Why not? Throw it all over my countertop. And then I am in the mood to mix in some sun-dried tomatoes, just because I want the tangy flavor on my tongue tonight. This is an optional ingredient, so whether you like sun-dried tomatoes or not, totally up to you. I happen to love them, so I'm gonna put some of these in. And before I do, I just want to dice them into little pieces. Just because I want every bite to be full of these, as they just pop. How's everyone doing tonight? Let me know. Give me some comments. Let me know if you're enjoying the show, any feedback you can give me, any recipes you want me to try. My friend Z is gonna come sometime very soon and show you how to make some mofongo. I can't wait for that, Z. So let me know. We'll make it happen. And then I'm gonna start having special guests on my show. I got some surprises coming, so I'm excited about that. All right, so I'm gonna show you the consistency. It's real thick, just like grits. Okay, right now, and that's exactly where I want it to be. Okay, and that cheese is melting nicely. And the other thing I'm gonna mix in for flavor that I also forgot to take out of my cabinet is nutritional yeast. Okay. This I love to use in my food because it's packed with vitamin B, which we need every day, but also it has a nice bold, cheesy flavor. So I'm just gonna put in, I'd say about a quarter cup of that in and blend it. I need to bring this closer to me. So I'm gonna bring it closer to you. Hey Morgan. Yeah, it's great. I never thought about eating oat bran until I found out about the benefits of it, especially for men. Preventing prostate cancer is huge. That's huge. A lot of men of color die from prostate cancer. And I want to prevent as many deaths as I can through healthy eating, right? We always want to promote life. So I'm also getting a nice look at that. That's from just stirring this oat bran. Okay. Getting muscles here. All right, so I've got the tomatoes in here, sun-dried tomatoes. I've got garlic powder. I've got everything but the bagel seasoning. I also love putting herbs in it. It's really nice putting fresh basil, or you can do oregano. I happen to have both, so I'm gonna put both in. Covering the top again. As much or as little as you want. I tend to like my food super flavorful, so I lean pretty heavily on herbs, right? The one thing you want to be lenient on is salt and anything that's super bitter. So I'm just gonna put that in. I'm gonna actually put just a little bit more oat milk in here just so I can stir these in easily. And I'm gonna show this to you again, okay? Nice and thick. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Melinda. I miss you. I miss you. I think we should go take a stroll while the weather is still, oh my gosh, this smells so good already. So good already. All right, if you could just smell, it's wafting garlic and basil. Hey, Arnold, how are you? I am so ready to just come visit you two. Well, you three, soon to be four, huh? Already. It's just, you live beautifully, and I love it. Plus, you're a visionary, and I love to be around visionaries. For me, it's refreshing to be around people who are, I say, what is it, 20,000 feet thinkers. Or if you think, when you're in a plane, I think 20,000, 30,000 feet, my brain is just, so I love to be around innovative people. I love to be around forward thinkers. I love being around positive people. It's just, it makes for just a higher quality of life. All right, so that is pretty much where I want it to be. I'm gonna show you how to top that at the end of this video. So I'm just gonna sit it on warm over in its corner for the moment, and I'm gonna show you another recipe. So I'm gonna grab some vegan butter. In this case, I have Smart Balance, but you can also use Earth Balance, Miyoko's, really whichever vegan butter you want. This is a recipe you do need to put a little bit of oil in the pan for, because the Just Egg, where is my spatula? The Just Egg will stick. Yes, I'll be back in town after the 10th. All right. It's on, Melinda. We're gonna do something nice when you come back. We gotta get the rainbow unicorns united. All right, there it is. All right, I'm gonna use a metal spatula for this, and here's why. With the Just Egg, okay, it will stick to the pan, okay, unless you have a non-stick pan. This is why you need some oil in the pan. I'm gonna make the whole batch in this case, so I'm gonna use about 2 tablespoons. Normally I would use less than that, but I'm using the whole container tonight, okay? So I'm just gonna spread this all the way across the pan. Maybe I'll bring you a little bit closer just so you can smell what I'm smelling. Oh my gosh. Does anyone else get excited about breakfast for dinner? Is it just me? That was my favorite thing ever as a kid. I just thought it was a gift. I'm just gonna tilt this camera. Try not to do it with my armpit all up in the camera. There we go. All right. Tilt this up a little bit. Yes, breakfast for dinner. Alexa, next. She is calming it down. So I've got this on medium right now. Yeah. Can you tell I'm excited? A little bit excited tonight. And all right. So I want to get this in the pan, but I also want to make sure that my veggies are and medium low, just so that this butter doesn't burn. I'm gonna chop up my green onions. Best thing about eggs is you can put in whatever you love putting in an omelet. So you want to think of this exactly the same, except for the flavors are better. I'm telling you, this pops. All right, I got some mushrooms. I love mushrooms. They're also high in vitamins. I'm always dropping stuff. That's okay. It's not real cooking if I don't drop at least something on the floor. So I'm gonna put these mushrooms in first. I just want them to absorb some of the butter, make them juicier. You can still see the pan. If you can see the pan, give me a thumbs up. I know it's a little minuscule from your angle, but you can tell me. I was told that you all love seeing my turquoise wall. Oh, good. I'm glad you can see it. So I tried the camera from this direction, coming closer. All right, Sakadala. All right. But because you saw my fridge as opposed to my turquoise wall, I heard, turn the camera back. So I want you to visually love this video every time. I'm all about visuals and color, right? I got my colorful onesie on. This is like my version of a moo-moo. I've been stuck in onesies since we've been indoors, right? I just want to be comfy. But I can walk outdoors in this onesie, right? Colorful enough, you can dress it up, dress it down. I'll have my line of onesies, right? Harem pants, harem bodysuits. Hey Nina, how you doing? All right, I think I'm good here. I think everything else I'm gonna put in last. So this is still on really, this is just warm, okay? Or the eye of the stove is on warm, just keeping that. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in. Oh yeah, man. Now I'm gonna do about half of this container first because I wanna show you how to cook this up properly, okay? When you have this pan on medium and you heat it up nicely, what happens is you'll see the little bubbles around the edge. That is exactly what you want to see, just like when you're making an omelet. So I'm going to let it bubble for a few moments until I start to see it in the middle. You could start to see it happening already. And I want to show you what happens with these eggs. Thank you, Melinda. I know you feel the rainbow colors. I'm going to have a onesie. It's really a jumpsuit, but I call it a onesie because it's like a grown-up onesie. I wouldn't recommend a man wear it, but women. It's cute and it's comfy. So you see the bubbles? Give me a thumbs up if you can see the bubbles. Okay. Oh my gosh, it smells divine. Divine. Awesome. Awesome. So that's what I want. So I'm going to scrape the pan so you can see this. You see how it congeals just like scrambled eggs? That's what I want. Okay. I like it actually when it gets stuck to the pan because these pieces that get stuck are also really yummy and they create a cheese texture when you're eating the eggs. So the vegan eggs. Okay, so I want to emphasize these are vegan. And only put half the bottle in to this pan because just like regular chicken eggs, if you put too much in the pan, it'll just make the eggs more dense and less fluffy. So that's why I'm cooking them just like scrambled eggs. But I'm waiting for the bottom to bubble. Okay, turn this up just a little bit because I actually like it to just brown a little bit on the bottom so I can get that cheesy texture. So, look at that. Look at that. You can't tell me that doesn't look just like a chicken egg. Scrambled. But again, it tastes better. The flavor profile on this tastes better. Okay. Only thing comparable, I would say, to these vegan eggs are eggs straight from the farm. So not the farm-raised eggs. That's perfect. Okay, I want it just a little bit brown on the pan. All right. So if you get farm-raised eggs straight off of a farm, right, then that would be the most comparable thing to these eggs. Anything you buy in a store other than the Just Egg, it's just not going to taste as great. So quality of food is hugely important to quality of life. This is perfection. Can you see it? Nice and fluffy. All right, so right about this time, I'm going to throw in my last minute ingredients. Alexa, next. She doesn't listen to me on this song. It's funny. All right, so I'm going to throw in some green onions. I like putting in my onions last minute because if you don't cook them, they stay nice and crispy. I'm going to turn this off just so it doesn't overcook. Okay, the pan's going to keep going, so the eggs are going to keep cooking. But I want my fresh veggies like my green onions. And then I'm going to throw in some garden fresh tomatoes, which I love. All right, while they're in season, I'm going to use them up. I'm just going to half these and throw them in. And then last thing, make sure I don't cut my finger. The last thing I'm going to throw in is spinach into this dish, okay? And then I'm going to go back and finish this, so we're not done yet. So spinach I don't cook, okay? Because you don't need to cook it, okay? If you put fresh spinach on something warm, it's going to wilt perfectly, and then you're retaining all of the vitamins that you need from it, okay? So I'll only cook it down if I'm making a casserole or something like that, where it requires it. Other than that, I want every bit of vitamins and fiber from this. And fresh spinach is so good. Right? The perfect leaf for salads. That and arugula. Arugula is my favorite. Straight from the garden. What'd you say, Arnold? We get 4 eggs daily. Woohoo! How's Tony doing? You have the cutest kid. By the way, my friends, Arnold and Shauna, they are amazing. They have the cutest little boy. And if you know anything about me, I love kids because they're so genuine. And they just light up this world. So I love that. If you want to stay positive, just be around kiddos. Because they'll keep you happy. They make your heart happy. So I just put the spinach in and it's wilting already. And then I'm going to put these tomatoes in. And just toss that. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. Perfection. Perfection. He's a ninja. That's awesome. I want to be a ninja. Look at that. You can't tell me that doesn't look like chicken eggs, right? So satisfying. Okay. Hey Janice, how are you? Long time no see. Welcome to my kitchen. All right, so I'm gonna turn my attention back onto the grits. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my pot holder. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. Just gonna move this back here. And turn this off. I don't want that to cook anymore. And then I'm going to, oh my gosh, that looks so good. It's fluffy. All that cheese, right? Vegan cheese has melted in. Now I promise you, if I made this for you and didn't tell you it was vegan, you would never know. You would never know. It's that good. Yeah! Okay, Arnold, I got you. I got you. Look at that. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. All right. So I'm going to plate this. But before I do, I'm going to show you what I found at the market. I love October because it's harvest season. So the best things to get right now at the store are squash and melons. So if you notice, I've gotten pretty much like every kind of pumpkin. Went to Larry's Produce if you're in Fairfield. Larry's Produce is like the local fruit stand on steroids. So I went there with my son and he pulled pretty much every small pumpkin that he could get his hands on. I had to stop him. But we painted some, so I'll show you what we did. He sparkled his because, you know, he's my son, so it just says Happy Halloween. I sparkled and dotted mine. Hey, Evelina! And then, of course, my son. This is funny to me. Angry pumpkin. And then my daughter did this. This to me looks like a big donut. Like, yum. So, very, very pretty. All right, pumpkins, squash. I think I might pop on later on this week and just do a very short episode on easy, healthy snacks because I want to expand your world in that area. And there's a squash that I make in about 10 minutes, and it's so good. This is a golden melon, right? Look how golden and beautiful it is. So melons are great for your skin and for staying young. So I'm just gonna rinse this. Bear with me, don't go anywhere. Look at my beautiful counter and wall. And then I'm gonna crack this open. Now normally, this belt loose. I might have to switch knives. Not perfection. Like butter. Alright. So I usually eat melon by just cutting it down the middle. Look how pretty that is. So much light in here. Sorry, things look glowy, but that's okay. That's how we like it, right? Shine in the light, glow in the dark. This is super duper ripe. Melons are also great for hydration. So if you are the kind of person that dehydrates quickly, get some melon, okay? If you're a singer or performer, get some melon. I'm just gonna scoop out the seeds real quick. You can do this with a spoon, but you know, since I have a knife in hand, I'm shortcutting it. And because I want to put some melon on my plate. So this is usually how I eat my melons, and then I'll just scoop it out with a melon spoon, but I want to put it on my breakfast plate, so. Oh, I love how it's just cutting like butter. It is so satisfying. Yes. All right. Who's ready to eat? So I want to show you what I do. I love the love tonight. Thank you so much for the interaction. Sometimes I'll do these videos and it's quiet and I'm thinking, gosh, I hope that people are enjoying this video because it's all about you and me doing my part to help make your life better and create healthy, tasty recipes because I don't do bland. Food is life, so it should be an experience each time. So I just want you to be living your best life, especially now. All right, I'm gonna make it a little bit smoky and spicy, so I'm just gonna top mine with South African smoke. You may have seen this last week if you watched the show. I think it's from Trader Joe's. I'm just gonna top this just a little bit. And this is an optional ingredient, but I want some kick tonight. And this is my favorite part. I've become a little bit of a connoisseur on olive oils. So trying different ones, but my favorite so far has been Trader Joe's. Let me show you. Everything at arm's length. Where is it? Here it goes. Okay. So Trader Joe's. Mediterranean olive oil, that's my favorite. Now I don't do a whole lot of oil normally when I'm cooking, but when I do Trader Joe's organic olive oil. But tonight I'm gonna play around a little bit. I found this truffle oil. Decadent. Truffle is like the most amazing mushroom that exists on the planet. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon maybe not even that. I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of this onto my grits. I want to show you because it looks so pretty. Look at that. Let's hold this down just so you're not seeing so much light. Let me see, maybe if I turn this off, there's not too much light overpowering it. You let me know, do you like the bright lights or do you like it when I turn the lights down a little bit? I just want you to be able to see the food. All right, the other thing I'm gonna use on this dish is capers. And capers, you can get these literally anywhere. Any store carries them. They're like little gourmet berries. And I often top this with arugula also, but because I put spinach in my eggs, seasoning all over my hands, because I put spinach in my eggs, then I'm not mixing it in. But you can mix in greens to this dish as well. And then I happen to love green olives, so I'm just gonna top it with a few. If you're not huge on olives, again, this is a optional ingredient, but I love the losing all the olives here. All right. I love just the flavor of green olives. All right. So just a few of those. I lost one on the counter. There it is. I disinfect my counters constantly, so I'm not eating off of a dirty surface, in case you're wondering. All right, so I plated that, and I'm just going to plate some of these eggs. Oh, so good. I'm like salivating. It looks so delicious already. Oh my goodness. I can't even talk. I always do that on the end of the show, don't I? Trip over my words, but that's okay. I'm trying to make it pretty, but I don't think it matters. Oh my gosh, the flavors smell so good. That truffle oil, and then the garlic. I don't think I could fit all of this onto my plate, so I'm just gonna show you what I have combined here. I'll throw a couple of onions on here too as well, and just get this camera pointed down. And I'm about to get a fork because this looks so good, so good. Bear with me. Always forget my utensils. Yummy. Yeah. So can you see better? Morgan, can you see better if I turn that one light down, or can you see better when I do this? Check it out. Here's the difference. Bright. I think it kind of doles out. He's gonna have to call back, see how bright it is. But if I turn this light off, that's the fan, not the light. Haha, Ariel. Can you see the food better? Let me know, okay? I wanna make sure you're seeing what I'm cooking because it makes all the difference. All right, so I'm gonna turn this light on just so you can see. Yes, yes, okay. So Melinda, I don't know. Can you see it better if I turn the light on? Better without extra. So if I turn that off, you can see it better. Okay. Oh yeah, lights off. Okay, perfect. Because I'm my own camera crew, it helps to get that feedback. You see how that works? All right, so what do you think? That is, I don't want to turn it too far to the side, so I'm gonna bring the camera down here. All right, so here's the vegan egg. Let me show you the texture, just like scrambled eggs, but tastes better. And then there's the vegan grits. I'm super excited about this. And then I've got my melon. So I've got my sweet, I've got my salty, and I'm doing it without cheating. So here's my favorite part. That truffle oil, let me tilt this up just so you can see me. That truffle oil, it takes it like to a whole nother level. Yeah, fire, Arnold. Whole other level. Now, you can use regular olive oil if you don't have truffle oil, but I can see now why people obsess over truffles. It's like this bite of heaven. So I'm gonna take another bite of heaven. This is perfection. I might have breakfast for dinner every night. All right. Gonna enjoy the rest of this off camera. Wow. So good. So good. I just want you to experience that every time you eat. It should be so good that you want to dance and sing and just need a moment to yourself. So I need a moment to myself to enjoy this because it's that good. So just want to thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Please share this with everyone you know. Tell people about me. Go on YouTube, get my music. I'm going to start a whole cooking channel also on YouTube. So I'll let you know when I get that up and running. Should be this week, okay? So you can subscribe to that as well. But go support the music as well, because that is my primary, okay, source. So, and I write amazing music to inspire you. So if you're inspired, share this, support your girl, right? Show some love. If you feel so moved, feel free to cash out me. That also helps a lot, right? And thank you again. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Go eat amazing food, all right? And show some love to somebody. I'll see you next week.